Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Undercovers. We want to sincerely apologise for no content for a full week.
I know.
I
don't think anybody noticed. If I'm honest.
Don't say that. That's very negative. Fucking fix your energy. Cheaper show. Everybody noticed. They were like, what's going on? Where's the girls? What's happened? But basically what actually happened is we did have content filmed, right? And we went to edit it, and for some reason I sounded like Alvin straight out of the Chipmunks.
She's been watching it a lot lately, so she just thought, you know what, I'm gonna...
Alright, I don't know what's happened, and I'm really hoping that this is not gonna have the same issue, because if it is, I'm posting it. We're just gonna post it.
Well, we should have done that in the first place, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but the issue was you were sped up as well on my end, so the lips was not matching.
The lips was not lip sync.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, anyway, what we did speak about last time and what we're going to speak about again is toxic productivity, because I feel like we've been in this trap for some time, especially I feel this last week for me, massively.
Why this last week?
Why more so last week? Because I feel like when you are chasing something, when you want something to happen, you're putting the work in, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's when it runs away. How many times have we said we've been out on a night out?
How many times have you chased men and they just ran away from you?
It's all the fucking time. It happens all the time. Do you know what I mean? And the ones you don't want you. So, you know, it's the same sort of energy.
Yeah, it's the wanting energy. No, 100%. So basically what was actually going on was my friend Natalia had visited us last weekend, right? Mm-hmm. And it sort of made us reflect, like, even though she was here and I said I'm taking time off work, I was still logging on, which is fine. And I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind having to log on, because it is your own business at the end of the day, right? You can't just go MIA, which is totally fine. But it's the guilt that comes with it. And she left, and on the Tuesday, I thought that the fucking world was going to end, like.
Yeah.
And nothing was going to end.
And nothing, are you still alive? You're still here?
I'm still here.
It's the pressure that we put on ourselves for no apparent reason. Like, I get it, you know, the hustle mentality that everyone's in at the moment, and it's very toxic mentality to be in.
100%. And like that, it's social media, I feel like, has a big role to play in that too. And like that hustle, bustle, everyone's up at 5 a.m, everybody's grinding, it's the only way to reach your goals and everything else. But that's all we see, right? Mm-hmm. And it's that perception, I feel like of you thinking, oh, they're successful or they're doing well for themselves. But firstly, you don't know.
No.
Second of all, you don't know what that person was doing before they woke up, set up their camera, went back to sleep and woke up again. Do you know what I mean? Like, all of that, like a lot of it is being done for content, which I vouch for, because obviously we do the same things, right? So I can't go
it's to motivate people more.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Well, that's exactly it. It's like setting the inspiration out there, which is fine, but it's being realistic about it, because I know that I put that pressure onto myself, or I have to live a specific routine, no days off club, 5 a.m. club, all of that.
And it's feeling guilty for having time off, right?
Yeah.
Because then you end up having time off and you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't be having time off. Yeah, you should. Like, you'll hit burnout if you don't have time off, and then you'll end up hating your job and being in a position where you're just miserable.
100%. And that's what it comes down to, right? Because you think you put in more, you give more, you work more, you're gonna reap the bigger rewards. And yes, to a certain extent that is true, right? Mm-hmm. You can't be faffing around and going, oh, I'm gonna be successful. It doesn't work like that. Like, you have to put in the work to reap the rewards, but it doesn't have to be 24/7. In fact, that's actually going to be detrimental to your success, because you're just going to end up burning out, and the output or the energy that you're given putting into like whatever it is that you're working towards is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Because you can't run a car on an empty tank, right?
Yeah, but what we both do kind of in correlation to that, right, to the guilt of having time off, is tying our self-worth to what we get done, right? So if we don't get enough done, we're like, oh, well, I don't deserve this. Well, that's not really how it is, right?
100%. Yeah, like, you shouldn't have to earn a day off, right?
No.
It's like I always talk about people that work for people Monday to Friday, right?
Yeah.
They work Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Off. Like, they don't even think about it, though. They don't view it as like I get to take Saturday, Sunday off. It's just part of their routine. And they're like, oh, like, might do this, might sit on the fucking couch all day. It doesn't matter. But it's that mindset that we have, like, even today. So we're going to a brunch today, right? And
hence why the full face of makeup.
And our pajamas, apparently. And yeah, because we're going to this brunch, our whole plan during the week was, right, we have to work on Saturday so that we're allowed to go out.
Yeah. That's so much.
Why is my job like my ma? Like,
It's true, but we decide that, right? We're in charge of our own business. And I think it's a little bit different when you do have your own business. You do have to make these sacrifices. But are we going to do that for the rest of our life? Like, we were talking about this before, like when we have kids, we can't be doing that. Physically can't, because how are you going to be present for your child?
But that's the thing, and I always think about that, because I would say when I was like 20, 21, 22 was probably when I really did work the most, and that's fine. I feel like that was my years to be doing that, right? And probably now is my years to be doing that too. Whilst I'm single, I don't have any responsibilities and whatnot. But my dad was actually the one that always would say to me, "He's like, what are you gonna do in 10 years?" And I'm like, what the fuck are you? I'm gonna do the same thing, obviously. But now that I'm getting a bit older, and I'm like, that's what I'm doing is not sustainable. Like, I don't have time for a relationship to start with, not that I want one, but even if I did, I don't have time to commit to them.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a child, where am I going to put it?
My mum and dad always say that I work too much. When I'm home, they literally say, you work too much. And I'm like, but I agree with them, but I don't at the same time, because they're not business owners, so they don't get it. They don't get it. But I'm working at the weekends. I'm never really present in the evening because I'm working, and it's just like, to be fair, I am working all the time. But that's even little bits here and there.
Like, one of my friends, who's a PT, like me and her have had this conversation beforehand, and like she has a child, and like every evening she just has that boundary with herself of like 6 p.m. I don't give a shit who needs me. Your client in our job, it's not an emergency. Nobody's gonna die. You don't have to reply to them instantly. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, 6 o'clock, whether I'm finished my messages, whether I'm not, I just switch off. Which there's a healthy like balance with that, right? Because it's how you move forward. Like, I would finish my messages and then I will switch off. But I feel like what she has is really, really, like, really healthy from that perspective, because like 6 p.m. that's my family time 100%. And that's it. You know what I mean?
And we work it up in our heads, right? That our clients need us, and I've definitely got better with that. To the point where like a client would message me and I would need to reply, but it's you yourself that you set that expectation with them effectively. But also, I'm speaking as coaches, because obviously that's our business as coaches. What a lot of coaches struggle with is being able to show their life on social media, because they feel like their clients are going to be like, well, why are you not replying to me? Why are you having time off? And that's where the guilt comes in with having time off as well. It's the perception of what people think of them. And I spoke to many coaches about this, and they have said, like, I don't want my clients to know what I'm doing, because if I'm not working, then X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, well, I do agree with that, and I don't agree with it. Like, not from that perspective, like, your clients will always understand that, like, you're having days off. Now, I feel like for us, because we have to portray ourselves in a certain way, right? If you're fucking posting that you're on benders every weekend, then you're sacrificing yourself there. Do you know what I mean? So if that is you, I highly recommend stop posting. Like,
I mean, if you want to be on a bender every weekend, you're allowed to have a weekend off, like.
No, 100%, but that's not guilt associated with that. It's the lifestyle that they're living because they don't believe in what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's probably more associated with that and not actually with the clients from that perspective. I don't know. It is. I don't really get that from my clients. I don't think it's that. For me, it's just more so that it's the anxiety I have coming back. Yeah. It's like, if I take Saturday, Sunday off, Monday is going to be hell. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what frightens me, not what my clients think.
But it shouldn't even be like that, because at the end of the day, why clients, why are you messaging me at the weekend? Like, why are you not having time off?
No, but like clients, but that's fine. They can message you. It's your boundary, right? Yeah. So like, why are you replying to them at the weekend? If you're saying that's a day off, why are you replying? Because like, that's one thing that because I used to be so bad for it all the time. Like, messages on WhatsApp. Like, if a client messaged me, I felt the need to reply instantly. And one of the best things, I didn't do, it sort of just naturally happened, was when we started with like that company, right? And the app was there and client messages were on the app, so instantly I don't see the notifications, I don't get them. And that was the best thing to set my boundary, because now all my clients know, literally within 2 days of starting, I do messages morning and evening. You will hear from me that day. If not, it'll be the next morning. Don't bombard me. Like,
well, let's step away from work and coaching. What about the fitness industry? Because that's the same sort of thing, right? And team no days off. People are scared to have a day off. They feel guilty for taking a rest with the body. They feel like they're not going to progress, where actually rest is when all the magic happens.
100%, yeah.
Same sort of thing, right?
But that's exactly what it is. And like, that hustle mentality comes into every single aspect of your life. It doesn't even have to be work related. Like you said, like, anything you're too obsessed with or doing too much of is unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know, like going, just because you go to a gym or like training 7 days a week, from that might be perceived as, oh, she's so fit, she's so healthy. You're not healthy. You hate your body and you have no boundaries with yourself. Like, that's the way I look at that. Yeah, exactly. And when anything becomes an obsession, it becomes unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
Because you should be able to have that limit, essentially, of like, I go to a gym because I enjoy it, not because I have to that extent. And I can also have a fucking burger if I want to.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people have to, it's all or nothing mentality, isn't it? Like
100%. And I used to be this way with, obviously, when I used to compete, I would go to the gym following a night out. I was like, I need to go do my cardio, I need to do my training. My poor heart, I'm surprised I'm still alive. Like, it's not good for you at all. And I could not rest. I could not sit still. Granted, I'm much better at that now. I don't care if I miss a session. But with business, I got that way as well. I do have a very obsessive personality, I think. I just get like really stuck into something and it's too much. But the business side of things came from my ex, because I was so blasé. Like, when I first had my business, I did not care. I moved to Dubai. I was out all the time. I had like 10 clients, did not care. And then I was like, well, I'm, you know, going to a brunch here and there, going for lunch, going for breakfast with friends. And my ex sat me down and he was like, Dom, where are you going? I was like, well, I'm just going out
outside
with Alex for some lunch. And he was like, have you done your work? I was like, yeah, I've done all my check-ins. He's like, and that's it. He was like, how do you expect your business to grow if that's all you're doing, just the minimum, like the bare minimum? And I was like, it hit me. I was like, shit, like, I can be doing more. He was like, Dom, there is always something you can do. And as much as I appreciate him saying that, because it gave me that push and I changed as a person in terms of business, it also now makes me feel guilty
when you have a day off.
When I finish work at 9 p.m, I'm like, oh, it's 9 p.m. I could still work for another hour or two. What?
Yeah, 100%. But that's it. It's like, it's having, and it's really hard, and we're both really, really bad for it from that perspective. Like, and for me, it is weird because I'm like I said to you before, I think when maybe we had a chat about this, I was like when I was back home in Ireland, like every weekend and whatnot, I was working. Every evening I was working, but I didn't mind that because I didn't have anything else to do, right?
Yeah.
So it was either that or I was going to be lying in my bed watching Netflix by myself, which I can't do for some reason. I can't watch a TV show on my own.
Boring.
Like, I can't. That week you were away, I don't think I put Netflix on once. I was watching fucking YouTube. Like,
yeah, but it's like you.
But like, to me, that like, to me, that's a waste of my time, right? And it's a waste of energy. So I used to put that into work, which is fine because, like I said, I needed those couple of years of grafting. Whereas now, I don't need that anymore. My business is in a good position where I don't need to work 24/7 in order for it to be, like, it can always be better, of course, anytime. But I don't need to be absolutely wasting my whole, not wasting, I don't like that word. I'm looking for a word, like, not all my energy should be going into that.
Putting all your energy into that. Yeah, and I think, you know, what do you think that's a reflection of, or like, what do you think affects that? Me personally, I think it's the people, the place we live, the people we're surrounded with, right? And the things that we see on social media. Because if I'm back home, there's not that pressure of, because I know I'm probably doing better than most, I don't have that pressure.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you can't have a bang average job and survive life, like.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think that's what it is for me, though.
It's the
like,
no,
I
for me,
don't
it's the pressure.
compare myself to other people from that
perspective. No, it's not about comparison. It's about the pressure. Like, in the UK, you could easily live on the wage that you have. Whereas here, you 100%. Have to work and grind to make sure that you can provide for yourself.
You can get by 100%. Like, expense wise and everything's completely different ball game. Like what you would have considered as like a fucking massive amount of money is nothing here. Do you know what I mean? Which is not good either. But yeah, you 100% you have to work harder to live the lifestyle, which is totally fine. For me, I think like it always stemmed from, I associate my self-worth with how well my business is doing. Yeah. Right. Or how busy I am.
Yeah.
Which is something that I'm trying to work on this year, because it shouldn't just come down to that, especially with the industry that we're in. You're going to have a fucking PB month and your next month could be your worst month. And sometimes it's just out of your control. Do you know what I mean?
Consistency. I thought you were carrying on.
No, that was the end of my sentence.
Oh, sorry. I just interrupted that. But in terms of the toxic productivity and how it affects friendship and relationships, do you feel that's ever, you know what, this is going to be my 3 a.m. thought, just because I thought of this question now.
All right, go on.
Do you feel like your toxic productivity has affected any relationship, whether that's friendships, family, romantic relationships.
100%. People tell me all the time.
Yeah.
And my issue is that you don't get it. You don't work as much. Yeah, 100%. My ex used to say it all the time. My family has said it all the time. My family hasn't said it, like, they have said it, but they haven't said it really. My friends, yes, but my friends also are very good and understanding. Like, they just know what way I am. Do you know what I mean? So they've never, like, put it this way, if they're asking me to do something, I'm like, no, girls, I'm working. I have never been made to feel guilty for that. Do you know what I mean? So my friends are good, but yeah, my relationships 100%. Even meeting people, do you know what I mean? Like, when they try to text you and I just don't reply and use work as an excuse. Most of the time it's not even work. I just don't care. Yeah, like, even just people I've been texting or whatever, they always say to me, you work too much, we can't make plans.
Yeah,
but the thing is, if I wanted to, I would. That's
exactly.
all you need to know.
And that's it, right? If someone's busy, I understand everyone's busy and some people are more busy than others, but if they wanted to, they would.
Yeah.
Like, I really stick by that. If you really want to see somebody, you would move things around to see them.
Yeah, 100%. I do get that. But, like, another thing for me, and this is, like I said, how I know now I don't have time for a relationship, because I'll get that guilt. If I see them, I'd be like, I could have fucking took calls. I could have done this, which is not good.
But that means
it's
that you're not ready, right? In my head, I wouldn't care. Like, I
but you enjoy spending time with people. That's
I do. So for me, it doesn't matter. Like, I will block out time to go see someone and move a call that I don't really care about. So
yeah, no, that's.
But, like, I've never had relationships that I've only ever been into that I've said you work too much. It was quite the opposite. You don't work enough. No, that's a lie. My first ever boyfriend, because at the time I was going to uni, I was working at the cafe and I was working in the entertainment industry. So I'd obviously be at uni during the week, working in a cafe, then and he was like, I never see you. He was like, you're always working. And that was from like the age of 18. Like, I've been that way. Like,
yeah,
really.
but I think, like, at that age, he should be working.
He was 4 years older than me.
That's even 22. Worse. Do you know what I mean?
So he would work during the week, occasional weekend, and then he would go out and get fucked up at the weekend. And then when I had some time off, he would just spend it hungover. So then we had this massive argument, and he's like, well, you always work every week. And I'm like, right, and you go
and
get
you're
fucked
dying
up.
every weekend. Yeah,
it's really frustrating.
No, I think that's just like a misalignment in values, because, like, with my first relationship as well, I can't remember if he ever said anything about my job or anything like that. I can't remember much of it, but I do remember our paths were very different, where I was like, I wanted to do more, I wanted to work more, I was excited, and he just wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, then my last relationship, don't get me wrong, he always praised me for my work, so it wasn't even in a bad way, but he did always say to me, like, you're working too much. But he also understood why I did it, but I also understand why it would impact our relationship.
So remember what we said that we would do? We would agree on
work more, rest less.
We said we would agree on one day off a week, and this week it's today.
Yes, it is.
Woohoo!
I guess what? We're getting drunk. Don't recommend always doing that.
No. So have you got a 3 a.m. thought for me?
So what was your 3 a.m. thought? Because I think you started asking me a question, but you answered it yourself, and I never got to answer it.
Yes, you did. I was asking about the relationships, whether your productivity ever affected your relationship.
Oh.
You answered it. Okay.
I've been better. Do you want to talk about our productivity yesterday and this morning?
Oh, you know what? It's the weekend, so we are working on it. You're being toxic. You are being toxic.
But see that, like, the way I was feeling last night, I wouldn't have mind having a fucking job. Like, for the evenings, you know what I mean? Like, yesterday was hard. Me and her were just literally sitting like this on the sofa going, it's still about like 5 hours to bedtime. What are we going to do now?
We don't know what to do with ourselves on a Saturday night in Dubai.
Oh, that literally fucking hell. But I don't have a 3 a.m. thought.
Okay, fine.
Can I come up with one? Why? I had so many good ones, and you always take them. Like, what did I ask in the last one that sounded like a chipmunk?
I don't know. I can't remember, honey. But it's okay. You don't have to ask me.
Where do you think your toxic productivity...
I think this might be what you asked me last time, actually.
I don't think so. I don't know. Where do you think your
toxic productivity comes from?
Affects you the most.
Where it affects me the most. The guilt. Is that what you mean?
No, like in your day-to-day life.
That I have to get everything done today.
Why did your eyes go so wide?
Because that's how I feel in my head. If I do a task list, and funnily enough, I was having a conversation with my client about this the other day. Do as I say, not as I do, actually. But it's if I have a task list, I feel the pressure of completing everything that day. It's like I can't physically move it to tomorrow when I can. Do you know what I mean?
Just like,
I just cross it out and move it to the next day. But in my head, I'm like, no, I can't do that. I need to do it today. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better.
I do. But that's not a bad thing to do. I think you're just setting unrealistic expectations. That's all it is.
And sometimes things take longer than expected. Like Monday, for example, I've got 6 sets of bloods to analyse and I've blocked out 3 hours because I know it's going to fucking take me forever. I could have just put an hour in, but there's no way I'm going to do that.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. You just have to set realistic expectations because, like, yes, it's a good thing that you have to-do lists and you actually go and tick them off because then that's how you're going to be productive, right? Because I feel like especially a lot of people that are self-employed and have this freedom, you don't have to be anywhere at a particular time to just let things slide.
Yeah.
Whereas like we don't, we know what our tasks are every single day, but with that being said, we also do have the flexibility of not having to sit till 11 at night to get this one thing done that doesn't need done for next Monday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
that is silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moral of the story, you don't need to be toxic with your productivity.
Don Blonska.
Quote.
That's the shittest quote I've heard all year.
Quote. If you are Mr. or Mrs. fucking team no days off.
Fucking go have a day off and realise how much better life
that
is.
You say that I hate?
Locked in. We're fucking locked
We're
in.
locked in, bro.
We are locked in, though.
Everybody's locked in. It's January. No drinking, no going out till March. Get a life. And I'm about
Why
to,
March?
Because that's what everyone's been saying till March. Anyway, I'm going to get a life. I'm going to get ready and I'm going to go have a drink. How about you? You coming?
Shots!
Hey, no shots for Easter. See you guys on I don't know what day. Bye.